You're listening to Success Up North. This podcast is a way for me to document my journey searching for success as a grower, family man, and business leader. I'll link with other leaders to highlight how they manage to do the boring work consistently and create their own version of success. Success is relative, but to me, it means relationships, families, teams, products, and solutions that get better every day. I'm grateful for you tuning in. Thursday, driving to the farm. One of them days. Doing the best I can. Putting my boots on, one foot in front of the other, and today it's definitely gritting shit done. Pushing through any sort of feelings of unmotivation or, Usually around 7:38, I catch my first wind of the day, if you will, and just start ripping. But I think this morning it's going to take a little while to get going. So trying to get my mind right and trying to get focused. Got a lot on the plate today. One of the items is doing biomass inventory, reconciling between physical inventory and metric inventory, making sure we're lined up there. And then all that biomass is going to get reorganized and transferred in metric over to the processing team so that they can do their thing with it. And it'll be out of my hands. Woo, woo! No more having to mess around with it. Same with the fresh frozen. It's a big opportunity for us, for sure. Kind of get something off our plate and be thinking about the future instead of thinking about what we did last year with that biomass. So a little bit bittersweet, all that biomass is leaving our hands, but it's going to a better place, either to get sold or to get processed and then sold as distillate or crude. Been selling some crude too, but mostly distillate. Right now the distillate's above 90% THC as well, pretty high in the 90s in total cannabinoids. So the team, Chef Bubs, Tyler, they're crushing it. Cody, Jason, Ian, Zach, Blake, Jim, all them fellas getting after it. What else we got today? I took a bunch of clones yesterday. That's going to be the start of our indoor and our greenhouse mother stock. I'm going to check those out this morning and see how they're doing. We killed a few mothers yesterday. Got rid of those and got to get our mother stock production schedule all together and make sure we're set there. Also need to do kind of like a priority list of what we absolutely need to spend here over the next 6 weeks to make sure we're set up for the outdoor season and what we can wait until, early April, mid-April to pay for. Most of the stuff we got to buy now is related to mother stock and propagation, making sure the facilities are what they need to be to do those things. And then, stuff for outdoor, we'll wait to purchase that until cash flow is what we want it to be. It's supposed to snow like 48 inches today. Not 48, 428. 48 inches of snow, holy shit. But even 4 to 8 inches, that could be a lot, especially when it's been muddy and kind of nasty. So we'll see what that snow brings. I'm sure some folks are going to be stoked on it because they haven't had a lot of snow this year. I'm kind of indifferent. It's going to be cold. It's always cold, but it'll be cold with snow. So, embrace it. Maybe we'll get some cool sunsets and sunrises. I don't know. We shall see. Some observations of the cannabis industry in Michigan right now, and probably other states that are similar to Michigan in structure, is that we are struggling with cash flow, both from a accounts receivable and accounts payable standpoint. It's tough to pay your vendors on time when you're not receiving payments from your customers on time. And, it's like this hamster wheel, or it's so cyclical, and it's tough. You get caught in this loop, seems like. But a lot of vendors that you want to do right by, that give you product or give you services and you need to pay off, are struggling to get their money right now because our customers are other cannabis companies and cannabis companies are struggling. So that's a challenge in and of itself, right? So like those people are not paying their bills on time or they're extending terms as long as possible. And so I think you're seeing this snowball of cash flow issues where most of the cannabis businesses are employing someone or need to employ someone almost on a full-time basis just to do collections and field calls for collections on bills they owe. It's a really interesting dynamic right now. I don't know if that's just my perception based on what I'm seeing with certain businesses and what I hear, or if that's something that's consistent. But it's definitely a struggle when you're not really able to time out purchases and payroll and all these different things based on what you think you're going to have and what you think you need to pay. I'm sure there's solutions and I'm looking for more. I'm definitely, seeing this as a problem that I'd like to learn how to fix whatever situation I'm able to influence. And then from there, pass that on to other people that want to do the same. So some thoughts as I'm driving home here to take my son, driving home to grab my daughter and my wife, go watch my son in his first wrestling meet and first wrestling match. All right. You were listening to Success Up North. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe, rate the podcast, and leave a review. The true litmus test of this podcast's impact is what listeners say about it. If you found value in this content, please share it with others. If you'd like access to video and written content like this, let's connect on LinkedIn. Until next time, just grow with it.